Hey friends, we are back today with another Making My Home Whimsical craft project, and today we are going to be making just a simple wreath for my door using this very lovely pre-cut wooden wreath. I will put the footage here of me showing what it's supposed to look like. I did, however, break it about 3 minutes after buying it, which is just great. I think my trusty glue gun is gonna fit this back together, and once it is, then we're gonna paint it up and then go through all of my craft stuff and see what bits and bobs we can offload onto this thing. I don't have a colour scheme, I don't have a plan. I am going with the flow, and I mean, if this is anything to go by, we shall see. Yeah, let's go. So step one was to fix the wreath. And I found these really small wooden hearts that I used to reinforce it. And with trusty glue gun in hand, I glued it back together. Now I start with the first coat of colour. As I've said, there was no real plan. I was, as always, just going for big, bold and vibrant. Some colours do not blend well, so I'm just trying to stick to the spectrum, but instead of red, I'm using pink, as I think it gives a much softer touch. Even though one side will be facing the door the whole time, I still give it colour, just to be thorough. Some of the paint had leaked through the gaps, so taking a sponge, I'm just roughly blending it in. And once that's dry, I give it an all-over coat with varnish just to give it a top coat. And let that dry. I found this super cute flower punch, and I decided to use some of the offcuts from my lantern project to cut out with it. So I spent some time punching out some flowers from the acetate, and I grabbed my humble bag of scraps. One of the main motivations behind this project was to make a dent in my ever-growing craft hoard. So I start pulling out scraps with florals, pastels, anything vaguely springtime. I found some die cuts I've had for well over a decade, and now was finally the time. I found 2 acorns, a flower, and an Easter chick. Once I had a small pile of scraps and die cuts, I grabbed some of my vellum and start cutting leaf shapes from them. I also make some small petal and leaf shapes from some larger scraps. I also had some of the flowers left over from my window dressing project, so they'll tie in great too. I had bought these cute stickers for my journal as well, and they'll work so great. So with everything assembled, it was time to glue. First I curled the vellum a little bit so that it lifted away from the wreath. Then I start gluing them into larger flower shapes. And adding a fake flower to the centre. It was mainly a case of winging it, picking something and gluing it to something else. Building up different shapes, different textures. Just gluing and gluing until my piles of stuff were empty. I added some of my little glittery stickers. And I also glued some little gemstones onto it too. And with that, easy, simple, satisfying, and done. I had one final removal of the cursed hot glue cobwebs, and here's what it looks like. I'm super happy with how this turned out. It's eye-catching, colourful, and it was made mostly with stuff that I already had as a chronic craft hoarder. So even better. Here's how it looks on my door. You know what? I am so happy with this. I think, yeah, I didn't even have a picture in my head, really, of what I wanted it to look like. I just wanted to go through some of my craft supplies and have a little bit of an empty out. However, this has turned out so freaking pretty. And even the back, like even just that, I am a sucker for a spectrum. Yeah, simple, effective, and another thing that fills me with joy, and joy is a currency in which I deal almost exclusively. Overall, a fantastic project, once again. If you like what you see, give it a like, that's how YouTube knows that I'm worth watching. If you want to stick around, hit subscribe, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye!